I remember getting on the plane at Heathrow Airport, and I remember giving to a friend at the airport my last key. I've never in my life not had a key. And all I had was my bags, and I got on that plane to come to this foreign country, and it was very, very scary. But I also felt, I want to live an authentic life, and so I came here. Yeah. We're the oldest religious community for men in the Anglican Communion, and we have this wonderful position right by Harvard Square, so kind of at the epicenter of many colleges, universities and seminaries. We were founded in Oxford in England in the middle of the 19th century. After a few years, they decided they wanted to come to America. One of our ministries has always been with students, and that was in Oxford in England, and that's why they chose Boston, because of Harvard's location. We have 15 or 16 brothers. We have brothers who are from Canada, England, Japan, even some from Texas. Our age range is about 24 through 85. Half the community are not ordained, and they've come from very different secular walks of life. So we've noticed a real awakening in people who are really exploring the monastic life for themselves. Many people talk about how extraordinary it is that here we are, right in the middle of Cambridge, right on busy Memorial Drive. When they come through the gate into our garden, it's like crossing a threshold, and they come into this very special space. It's silent, but it's not just the absence of noise. There's something very real and powerful and tangible in the silence. It's a wonderful way of getting in touch with the presence of God. I was born in Wales. I spent most of my life working as a parish priest in England. And 15 years ago, I came to the United States to visit a friend. And I stayed in Boston, and somebody said you should stay in this monastery. It's somewhere cheap to stay. I thought, well, that sounds good, so I stayed here. And when I arrived, I had a very profound experience of coming home, that this was the place that God wanted me to be. And at first that sounded crazy, because I was 3,000 miles from home. But as I looked into it and prayed about it, this was undoubtedly where God wanted me to live. It wasn't very calculated, it was God's work. I think I wanted to be a monk from a very young age. When somebody mentioned monk, I felt something deep within me, kind of as it were, resonate. But usually I tried to put it out of my mind, because I didn't like the idea of being a monk, so I tried to forget it. But it never went away. I left my home country and my family and friends, And I think when God calls you, it's not always very convenient. And I think people often who fall in love with another person, it's not always the most convenient person. But you have to follow where your heart leads you. By becoming a monk, you're really saying that I want my priority to be God. And so the structure of the day puts worship as the priority. So 5 times a day, we gather in chapel, either to pray the office or to celebrate the Eucharist. That creates a very strong and, I think, profoundly satisfying rhythm to the day. And within that structure, we work. Some brothers go to a gym. Some brothers go running. We try to eat healthily. We have one day a week, which is our Sabbath day, where brothers can watch TV, or they can go out into the square, or they can go to the movies, or something like that, or go to the beach in the summer. We try to model a balanced and healthy life. We have several thousand people a year actually stay with us. We never ask where you're from, what your background is, what your religious faith is. We don't care. Life can be pretty brutal. And we try to offer a sanctuary where anyone, whoever they are, can feel welcome and safe. We have discovered that the creative use of our website is a great way of contacting thousands of people and sharing our life with those who can't actually be here. We kind of think if Jesus had the website when he was there, he'd have used it to proclaim his message and the kingdom. We sometimes call ourselves monks of the 21st century, so that we weren't recreating some sort of medieval myth of monasticism, but it was monasticism, as it were, at the cutting edge. One of the things that we do most of the time is listen, and why silence is so important. It's not just to be quiet and relaxed, but silence is important in order to listen to God and to listen to other people. We want to engage creatively with people where they are now and to share what we have discovered so that it can enrich their lives as well.